Hi everybody, it's Janine over at SLOHappyVintage, and we are going to do repairs today. I have two things that I've been wanting to get to. One of them is that Archimedes Seguso necklace that I decided I wanted to try to repair. And the other is the Laurel Burch charm bracelet that everybody said, oh yeah, make a Laurel Burch charm bracelet out of all of the single earrings. So we're going to do that today, and I'll show you some of the other things I've been fixing. I spent some time fixing some things last night as well. So stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, I would really encourage you to leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. And don't forget to enter the drawing. It's going to go on for about a week, and we're going to pick 3 winners. I will link that video in the description in case you missed it. All right, let's get to it. Here goes nothing. I only paid $4 for this necklace. It has some value to it, but it's got some broken links. So I'm going to attempt to fix it. I'm taking a risk. I could completely destroy this necklace, or I could fix it. I'm trying to see what kind of wire is in there. It almost looks like fishing line. I bought some silk thread to try to fix it, but I don't know if that's what I'm going to need. So I guess the only way to figure it out is to take it apart. I like to fix things, or try to, so here goes nothing. Oh, so sad. Okay, what is in here? Oh, it looks like, oh, it's nylon. That makes more sense. And there's the knot. It's underneath the bead cap. I don't think this is going to be the best thing to use. So I'm going to try to find some nylon threading wire. I might have some. Let me go check. I did not have the right stuff, so I went to Hobby Lobby and I found something that hopefully will work. Now, when I was looking at this necklace, it didn't look that difficult to put back together. I think there's just 2 broken links. Let me find the other one. And luckily there's one on each side, so it should be easy to put back together. But I'm not holding my breath. Let's just go for it. Let's try to make it even on each side. Oh, perfect. So it looks like it's supposed to go this way. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take 2 of the links apart. If I just had to put 1 link back on, I could just have to fix 1, but it looks like I'm going to have to fix 2. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, so it just goes together and is tied underneath the cap. Taking this link apart and get some of this out. So following this design, I'm going to put a cap on, and then one of these. Hopefully I won't need a needle, which, yay, I don't. And then another cap. Okay, now this one. Are you all rooting for me? The way I am, I like to kind of do things overkill. I kind of thought about doubling this, like seeing if I could make it stronger by putting this through again. I don't know that it's necessary. Oh, it's working. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I have to put the other link on. Rats. I need to attach this link to it. Now I can play with it. I have a tendency to make things more difficult for myself in effort to make things stronger and more long-lasting. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, I did, because this has got to be attached to it too. Oh, Janine. 3rd time's a charm. Okay, so which one needs to come out? I guess I'm just gonna, I gotta start over. Well, this is a learning curve, isn't it? So now this needs to go in here. And now we need to rebuild this one. Now I can try my best to loop it around. Oops. Now, how do I tighten it all up? It's like, which ones do I pull? Looks like I'm ready to tie it off. So I'm thinking that it will need to be a square knot. So right over left, left over right. Just for good measure, I'm going to do it again. And hopefully those ends hide out under that cap. Just like that. Okay, that worked. Look, I did it! Now this one needs to go onto here. And now that I know how to do it, I'm hoping it will go faster. Okay, so now it's this one's turn. See, if you look at it, that's exactly what I just did. Start with a bead, cap, and then with a glass piece, then with another bead, cap, and yet another bead cap, then the other piece of glass, and then this part and this part. See, I'm learning. Where's my bead cap? And then I'm going to attempt to keep these together. Okay, what's going on here? If I hold on to this end and I start threading this back through, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine watching this. This is going to be very fun to edit because it's kind of a treacherous little thing, but I would much rather sell a necklace that's not broken. But sometimes you can drive yourself crazy doing stuff like this as well. Okay, did it go through? Just about. Watch me get completely done with this and find out that I made a mistake. That's okay, it's always a learning curve. Now I need to tighten it up. Just like that. It's definitely a labor of love to fix these old pieces. All right, I think we're good. Look at that. Did we do it? We did it. And that is equidistant. I did it, guys. I fixed it. I'm so excited. Yay! The other thing I wanted to work on today was a Laurel Burch charm bracelet. I need to start by taking the posts off of the pierced earrings and taking all of the posts off of these. So these ones are really simple. All I have to do are get my little pliers and just twist it, and that should come off fairly easily. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these. If you haven't watched the other video, I found all these Laurel Burch earrings in a giant lot of jewelry, and I found a couple of matches, so I have those set aside as matched pairs, and I was debating on whether or not to continue looking for matches of these earrings or just do something creative with them. And I decided that I was just going to make a charm bracelet because I have so much jewelry and I don't really need to be finding more. So let's create with the things that we have. make something new out of something that probably would have been thrown out. Go ahead and take this off. Then I'm going to have to file that down. I might have to hammer these flatter in order to get those filed, because I don't know that I can file this down where it is without damaging it. Okay, so what do we want this to look like? Maybe a cat there. Should I just do random? Maybe a horse here. I think I'll put them on each of these little ones. Maybe a cat here. And 2 more. How's that? These are gold-plated jump rings, but I'm not sure if they're going to be big enough for this project. Those jump rings are going to work just fine. They actually are a really good size for this project. So all I need to do is put the charms on now. Oh, this is going to be really cute when it's done. Now on the ones that I have taken the post off of, I will have to punch a hole in them. I have a special thing that I use to do that. I used to make metal jewelry, mostly hand stamping. I have all the gadgets to do that, and one of those gadgets is a really strong metal hole punch that comes in handy for stuff like this. I am not sure how much I should charge for something like this. Let me know in the comments what you would expect to pay for something like that. Is that cute or what? While I'm here, I'll show you a couple of things I fixed last night. This was missing some rhinestones. This guy needed some enameling around his eye and some rhinestones up here. Nothing needed to be done here, but it needed some cleaning up. I got most of the corrosion off of this piece. I got some more rhinestones in here. Oh, this was a bit of a problem because I was missing one rhinestone in the center part of the bow, but my stones do not match the old stones. I mean, they're the same age. These are old Czechoslovakian stones, but they didn't match the color quite perfectly. So I ended up having to pull all of the stones out of here so I can make at least this look consistent. But once again, these stones don't match those stones. And then as I was looking at this piece more, I've noticed that it has had a heck of a lot of repair done to it over the years. The structural integrity of it is fine, but these pearls, there are round pearls, there are flat back pearls, there are different colored pearls in there. So I am not sure if you can see, I don't know if that's better or not. I am not sure if I should sell this individually or put it in a lot, because I tend to have a little bit of perfectionism in me, and when things don't match up, I get a little frustrated. So to be determined what to do with this piece. A lot of time was spent last night working on this Hattie Carnegie piece that I just picked up. It needed a lot of rhinestones, and if you remember from the last video, it had a lot of verdigris on the chain, not on the main part, but just on the chain. So I spent quite a bit of time painstakingly working on the verdigris. Now, I will have to do an entire video on verdigris because there are a lot of methods I use to taking verdigris off, and there are a lot of precautionary things that I adhere to as well. I am not done with this piece. I will let it sit and go back to it a few times to make sure that the verdigris is under control. I don't do that on a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces I will just pass if they have a lot of verdigris on it, but this is a Hattie Carnegie, and you know, Hattie Carnegie, Miriam Haskell, originals by Robert, I just really kind of feel called to save them if at all possible. So even though this does have some wear on it, I'm going to take the time to do it. I think that's all of the repairs I've done lately. I have a ton more to do though. Let me know in the comments also if you want to see more repairs. Okay, 2 repairs done. I think they came out really great. I hope you like them as well. I will be putting both of those on eBay soon if you are interested. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.